And in these Pilates videos, you'll hear me using some of the same phrases over and over. So in this video, I just wanted to explain what those phrases mean. The first one that you'll hear quite a lot is me telling you to engage your tummy or engage your core, or to more likely to keep that tummy engaged. In Pilates, we work our core, which is basically the lower section of the torso, from the navel to the base of the pubic bone, the whole way around. So it includes the bum at the back, the lower tummy, and the pelvic muscles. So to engage the core, if you imagine you're trying to pull up the zip on a fairly tight pair of jeans, maybe after you've had a big meal or something, you just pull in this lower area of the tummy just gently so you can get that zip up. So we're not squeezing into the upper muscles, we're just gently engaging these lower muscles of the tummy. We don't want to squeeze too tight because we're going to keep them engaged throughout the exercises. So we're looking for about 15 to 20%, just a small contraction into these muscles. And ideally, a contraction that you can maintain without feeling any tension into the lower back. The second thing I'll refer to quite a bit is the alignment of your spine, and to keep your spine in neutral. So the spine obviously goes the whole way from the tailbone to up into the skull, but the section that I'm primarily talking about is the lower back, from just below the ribs onto the tailbone. Some people arch their back forward, some people arch their back backwards. So for Pilates, we want to keep our spine in a very neutral position. So if you were to imagine that your hips were a bowl of water and you want to just gently tip the hips forward, you would imagine that the water would come out the front, and tilt the hips back, the water would come out the back. So if you do that a couple of times, just to feel that movement through the spine, and what you want to do is stop at the place somewhere in the middle where you think the water would be stable, and that's your neutral position, your neutral spine. We will also talk about sometimes a neutral spine in the neck, and that basically, it would be the feeling if you had a piece of string coming out of the top of your head, you pull that string, you get a lengthening through the spine, and this this area of the neck remains straight, so not tilted back, not tilted forward, just in a nice, comfortable, neutral position. And the last thing that I'll talk about quite often is your breathing. So in Pilates, in the style of Pilates that I do, I don't dictate the type of breath that you should take. So I don't tell you when you should breathe in, when you should breathe out, tell you to force breaths. I encourage you to breathe naturally, deeply because you're exercising, but naturally. Just breathe in and breathe out at the pace that you feel is comfortable for you. But because we have this tummy engaged and we don't want to move the tummy too much during the exercises, we breathe into the chest and into the lungs. So if you just place your hands on the base of your rib cage and take a nice deep breath into the lungs, try and keep the tummy still, and you'll feel your hands moving a little bit out to the sides. So I'll just try that. And you can see my fingertips have even come a little bit apart because I'm breathing deep into the lungs. So that would be just breathing into the chest and keeping the tummy engaged. So those are the key points that I wanted to cover. Just keep those in mind as you're working your way through these Pilates videos.